Hi, everybody. Super Solars. This is Rachel. I have Rachel with me today. And I have been seeing Rachel in the community for a while now. And the reason why I'm interviewing her today because she is LGBT. And not only about her being LGBT, I've been seeing her a lot now. And I just wanted to know more about Rachel. So this is the Rachel Show today. So Rachel, what is your experience being homosexual? And when did you know you were gay? Or is that...
Well, I wouldn't really consider myself gay. I guess it's kind of like a confusing issue for a lot of people because I was born in the wrong body basically. I was born physically as a male, and that's how I grew up, and that's how my parents raised me. But I always knew something was wrong. There was something different about me, and so I spent, my whole childhood, my just growing up so self-centered,
Right.
because everything I did, everything I thought about, and was focused on the fact that there was something different about me, and I had to make sure nobody knew because I thought I was crazy or something.
Because you was a male and you had feelings of female.
Yeah, I just always related more as a female physically, and it created a lot of confusion, of course, sexually when I went through puberty and all.
So let's talk about your family. How was it growing up? How did your parents act towards you? How was that? What was that about?
I had a great childhood. There wasn't anything unusual or anything, but but going through I guess high school and stuff, I started acting out.
But your parents has always been supportive of you.
Oh yeah, yeah, my mother has always been really supportive.
So Rachel, what has been some of the hardest parts of your life? Maybe a situation.
Believe me, there's been a lot of hard parts in my life.
But is it like
one in particular that you might want to touch on?
As far as
your sexuality,
yeah, that part has probably been the easiest part of my life, to be honest, and that's I'm a little unique in that sense.
And what about when you go out to places, how do people treat you? I know you're probably used to it now, but do people stare at you, or do you get
I've had plenty of people, ask me weird stuff. Are you a man? Or whisper about me and stuff.
Right.
I know what
people whispering
about me.
So
right.
You had people whispering about you.
Right. Yeah, but that kind of stuff doesn't really bother me that much. Even before I went through the transition, growing up, people called me a girl because I had long hair sometimes, and
you always
had
that. You always had feminine ways as well.
Yeah, and so it really bothered me a lot more then than it does now.
So I know people has always questioned your appearance and stuff. So have you ever wanted to become a full woman? Where are you at with that? Have you ever took hormones and things of that nature?
Yeah.
So let's talk to us about that and really go into detail.
Well, yeah, from the beginning. Well, from the beginning. Well, I was 26 when I first told a counselor about this, what I had on my mind and stuff, and I figured out that there was nothing really wrong with it, that there was plenty of other people like me, and it was originally my idea that it was something wrong with me mentally, that
right.
I had to get over, feeling like a woman, that I was female or whatever. I thought it was a sickness or something. But then I figured out that, there wasn't anything wrong with it. It just was how I was. And then there was something I could do about it physically. And, that eventually I realized that it's not a mental illness or anything. It's actually a physical condition. And so, yeah, when I was 29, I knew that you know, is a physical condition that you can have medically, you know, corrected, surgically corrected. And
right.
so that's what I did. I took hormones, and I went through all the bullshit you gotta go through, seeing a therapist for a year and all that crap. And then I went and I had surgery done, and I had a whole, you know, full gender reassignment surgery.
So you have had gender
female now.
So you had gender reassignment. So you actually, so they cut your dick off and everything.
No, they don't cut it off.
What they? So they? I mean,
they like, turn it inside out and put it inside. Yeah.
Wow. So you really had that done?
Yeah.
So we got so much stuff to talk about. So wait. Right. So let's talk. Well, yeah, I did, but I never knew. I mean, I didn't. Well, now I know more that you have told me. So the hormones, like when you started the hormones, did the hormones work automatically, and who paid for it?
I think for like male to female transgender people, the hormones don't really do a whole lot. They didn't do a whole lot for me, except make me cry a little more often for no reason. But I went through that. I don't take the hormones anymore.
So what hormones was it? It was extra, like
estrogen, yeah.
And did they give you breast and everything?
No.
The hormones
didn't give you breast? Did that.
Oh, the surgeon did that. So
they didn't. See, I went through a lot when I was younger. I did a lot of bodybuilding and stuff, and so there wasn't any getting breast from hormones. I was real like muscled up and stuff. Yeah.
So I
had to do a lot of
other people that may be
body sculpting.
For other people who may be thinking about transitioning, who paid for like your hormones and your gender reassignment surgery? So you pay for it. Can you give us like an estimate of like how expensive everything was?
Oh my God, everything.
And the time period, like how long did it? Well, let's answer
like
that
just
question.
The surgeries was like $26,000, and like everything leading up to that, because like I had to have the hair, most of the hair taken off my face, and like through electrolysis, which was like extremely painful. And then you have to have a lot of the hair down below taken off. Yeah, it's just thousands and thousands of dollars, and I don't know of any medical insurance that pays for it, so you have to pretty much pay for it yourself. And actually, my family paid for part of it.
So your family paid for part of it. So is it something that you still like have to pay on today? Like, do you still have a balance, or it's over?
No,
so how long?
Paid cash. No.
So how long did it take to you to become a full woman? So you started at 26.
No, I started a year.
So you took a whole year.
Yeah. See, I decided that I wanted to do it when I was 26, but I was in prison at the time. I got out of prison when I was 29, and I wanted to get it done and over with, so it took a year. And
so how old are you now?
42.
42? Wow, you
42.
look good, Rachel.
Yeah, you do.
Thanks.
So
you got to get all the paperwork and stuff changed too, right? After you get that.
Yeah.
You got all your
that's a
paperwork
lot.
and
That's
stuff.
a lot of stuff to go through.
Wow.
Surgery.
So-
It is, but it's like, you know.
You feel better after the fact.
Oh my gosh! So,
yeah.
all right. So Rachel, so they did the surgery where they cut your dick open and it changed into a female. So talk about your vagina. Like, how does it work? Like, how does it feel? Like, how was it? But how was the healing process? Tell us about it.
Oh my God.
100%.
It was pretty gruesome.
Like, so the day after surgery, what happened? How were you feeling?
Well, I mean, it doesn't really hurt a lot because they load you up on pain pills. So, you know, it's like on a morphine pump for like 6 days, and then, you know, you get out of the hospital. That the only hard part is, you can't leave the hospital until you
Use the bathroom.
Until you until you can pee.
Right.
That's the hardest part for them, apparently, is to like make the urethra. They have to like relocate your urethra, and it actually has to work properly. So That was about the only painful part, was having the catheter
So
pulled
how
out.
was it?
Which is like having your innards ripped out.
So how did it make you? How did it make you feel? Like tell us about how you were feeling. Like when you looked down there and like.
I mean, it was like all swollen and just stitches everywhere.
So how long did it take to heal?
Black and blue, like a long time.
Like
a couple months.
A couple months. And so how long was it until you were able to, like, did they give you like the training things to like open you up to see could you take a penis?
Mm-hmm.
How long was that to when you were fully healed?
Oh, I didn't have sex for like a year afterwards.
Was it because you weren't healed, or?
Well, partly because I was just like scared to really do anything like
because of
that it would be painful or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
But
so how was your first...
Also I mean, part of it was like, I don't know, like sexually my life was a little confusing still, because I'd always been with women. I had never been with men because I had an extremely this gay complex kind of thing.
Right.
I spent 7 years in prison with men, and so
right. So
I wasn't gay. I didn't mess with guys.
So you played the straight role.
Yeah.
When you was always gay.
Oh yeah.
So how was your relationship with women? Did any women ever pick up on your the way you were feeling?
No, never.
So no women ever.
No, everybody. I was the kind of person who kind of the way I am now. I'm not really like all that feminine.
Right.
I'm like a tomboy pretty much.
Right. Because to be honest with you,
that's just how I am.
To be honest with you, I always thought you was a woman.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you was a woman transitioning into a man, but you
right.
So we always thought you were a woman. So we
was very interesting.
This is right. So like I'm so happy that I interviewed you and like
I do realize I'm a little unique because most people like me, and I don't relate to other transgender people because
you're different, and it's
right.
not a box.
There's this
with so much to us, so much
this
to people.
Thing like people,
they put you in a box.
Yeah, and it's like either you have to like men, you have to do this, you have to like learn how to be a woman and all that shit. And I'm like,
you just
if you're a woman, you don't have to learn how to be a woman. I mean, I get like some people have never used makeup and stuff like that, but like at first there was all these like support groups, and the therapist would tell me, go out with other people like you and stuff, and it's like that just created a spectacle,
Nobody,
what I mean? Like I'm not in this to get attention.
So talk about the first time, your first relationship with an actual guy. Like, how was it? Do you date straight men now?
Yeah.
And do you tell them? Do you tell them or do you don't tell them?
Well, like, how I don't really worry about that anymore. I mean, I used to, yeah.
And were some of them okay with it?
But I have a boyfriend now that I've been with for 5 years, and it's not an issue.
And it was never
an issue. Shit about it.
It was never an issue for him that you used to be a man, or
no.
So, but
I mean, I've been with other guys that it was kind of like a kink for them, I guess. Like they kind of like turned them on or something, which is fine, but that's just not my thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't want to be with somebody who gets off on the fact that I used to have a dick. It's like.
Right. So have any guys ever denied like talking to you because you used to be a man? Have you ever had that issue?
What do you mean denied?
Like have you ever told a guy that you used to be a man and then like they decided not to talk to you or not to be?
No.
So do you still deal with women?
No, not really. I mean, I've been with women since I had the transition, but
so you've been with women. So you've been with women since the. So you've been with women since the transition. So this just shows that you just like
what you like.
Yeah.
But you feel, but that's what, and I think that's
your
what
body feel comfortable is what you are now.
Her body didn't have nothing to do with who she liked. What she liked.
Right.
Yeah. I just like being with.
She wanted to be comfortable.
Right.
Who I'm with, and really, I always just wanted a normal relationship, like with a man.
So let's talk about this. So the first time you said the first time you had sex with your new vagina, how did it feel?
Great.
It felt great after a year.
Man, I was shocked.
Yeah. Did you come? Do you have orgasms?
Yeah.
Wow.
Ooh. Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing. I had a really good surgeon.
So did you have the surgery done here? Who did the surgery?
Marcy Bowers.
That's here?
No, she is she's in Colorado.
You had to go to.
So that was really cool too. I went to New Mexico with my mother went with me, so we went to New Mexico, and then we went up through New Mexico up into Colorado to where the hospital was, where she did the surgeries. So we got to sightsee. We went to Santa Fe, New Mexico, and then
you had to stay there. And you had to stay there until you healed.
Like 2 weeks. Yeah.
Once after the surgery. So my other question is, and we about to close out soon. What do you feel? Why do you feel that people who aren't gay are homophobic? Why do you feel that people are homophobic? And why do you feel like people look at being gay as so bad?
I guess for probably 2 reasons. Because they either had some gay experience when they were younger and they feel weird about it, or they've just been taught.
They're not secure with themselves. That's what you're saying.
They've been taught by religion or their parents that there's something wrong with it. Yeah.
And you said your parents always supported you. That's great.
Oh yeah. I mean, my mother's had gay friends all her life, and I mean, I was just so clueless when I was a kid. We'd go over my mother's best friend was gay, and we'd go over his house for Christmas, and she would always get him the Chippendales calendar for Christmas, and they'd all be sitting around looking at the Chippendales calendar, and I thought it was just a joke. You know what I mean? Like, why did she give these guys a Chippendales calendar? I had no idea.
Okay, and because of everything you had to go through in your life, like the pressure of your life, what did in the early years of your life, how did you cope with this? Like, have you ever done drugs and things that?
Lots of drugs.
So you have done all kinds of drugs?
No, yeah.
And so was that one of the things that landed you in prison?
Yeah, I got into drugs, and then I got into stealing to get money for drugs, and.
So are you still on any type of drugs today?
No.
And how is your relationship with your boyfriend now? So you guys are happy, and and you said you work now and everything. So if there was anything you could change about the world, what would it be?
I would definitely end cruelty to animals.
So animal cruelty.
That would definitely be a big thing on my list. I can't stand those commercials where they show all the dogs in the cages and shit.
Okay.
Oh, drives me nuts.
And so our last question, closing out. What is your meaning of God?
That's a big question. I mean, the whole God thing, I mean, the idea of God, I guess, is something for everybody to decide for their own. But the whole story, the physical aspect of God, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think.
Well, that's good. Thank you, Rachel. Thanks a lot, and for sharing your story. That's been amazing. So in the interview, Rachel talked to me about how people treat her when they see her, or things that she have had to go through in her life. Like, she's used to it now, but when people see her, the whispers, people was talking about her, and this is something that millions of LGBT members have to go through daily. Not just LGBT members, non-LGBT members, people who are just different, people who are just trying to be themselves, and we know that we can't stop people from staring at us, and we can't stop people from looking at us different. You can't tell people to do with their eyes. But I just want people to be mindful. Like, the next time you see somebody who may be out of the norm, or somebody who may be different to your standards, people who are just trying to be their self, think twice. Be mindful. Just, if you don't have something nice to say, don't say it. If you don't have something nice to whisper, don't whisper. Because they just maybe, they will hear you. Get to know the person before you judge. It's just nice to be nice.